Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another Freeplay Friday. I hope all your weeks have been awesome. Uni's really picking up for me, so this is pretty busy. And today we are playing a relatively new game, and one I've been in love with lately, which is called Heat Signature. So it's from the same developers that released... I can't remember the name of it. You were like a private eye, you jump through windows and you could pause time and stuff. Really, really good game. I'll think of it and put it in the editing, I'm sure. So, this game's really simple. It's kind of a roguelike, I guess, in a way. It has rogue elements. So, your main goal in this game is to liberate the entire galaxy. And you do that by picking these rebels and breaching ships. And we'll get straight into that right now. Any ones with the blue dots are ones I've already been playing, so let's start a new one. Let's go a... Sure. And actually, that's really loud. I'll turn the music down. Be right back. Okay. So, every one of your people has a personal mission. So this one has a score to settle with Zenetta Fair Play, which is a person. Alright, so this is how the game generally progresses. So you need to get 200 credits, units, whatever, to unlock your personal mission. So you do that by taking jobs. Boom. And this is where the fun is. So you can see on the big map here, any of the lit up systems are ones I've liberated, and the dark systems are still owned by one of the 4 warring factions. So it's a really cool game. I won't go too deep into it, it's just a free play Friday. We'll just get in and have some fun. So every mission is generated randomly, and some of them have specific clauses or like conditions you have to fulfill. We're going to start with just a medium one. How about we assassinate, because we don't have a non-lethal weapon at the moment. So we have to assassinate Quigley Stone, who's going to be aboard a small sovereign ship. An alarm response time of 72 seconds, so if a guard sounds the alarm, we'll have 72 seconds to escape. Or take out the captain, and we'll cover that when we get there. There's few guards, it's running a skeleton crew. Few guards, not skeleton guards. There's a lot of good humour in this game, it's really good. And the regular guards on the ship have swords, and the bosses have the key cards and guns. So this seems fine, we'll accept this. There's all the shops down here, we can pick up more equipment, but we don't really have any money, I don't think. Nope. So much like the previous game from this developer, it's all about sort of freezing time and sort of fixing it as you go. So we'll see how we go. I am pretty well practiced at this. The one complaint I have about this game is there's not enough game, which when you're a developer, that's, from what I understand, that's a pretty good complaint to have. Unless, you know, you're EA or something, in which case not enough game is because you've cut everything out. But for most devs, it's like, if people are saying they wish there was more, that's usually a good case to be. So these are the ships. I breached it, as you saw there. And you need key cards to get through. So at the moment, we don't have the level 1 key card. Now you can do like perfect stealth runs and stuff. Obviously, like, it's perfectly legit strategy. You can play this game in a variety of ways. Ooh, here comes the boss. So I'll just step out so you can see what happens. So if I step out, it goes into slow motion, and they start to detect. And this is just a skeleton crew, so it's really easy. So we'll take out the captain as well. Super duper easy. Now these have usually some pretty good equipment in them, so it's always worth checking. And if you press space, this pauses time. So you can still sort of plan out your things. So if I like do this, you can see it, you can pause time and plan what you want to do. So once you shoot, it unpauses time. We are going to pull one of these long blades, so you can teleport items on the ship to you. It's a really, really, really good game. I will put the link in the description for you to check out. I highly recommend it if you like these kind of continuous play, sort of like you can jump in and do, say, 1 mission or 2, and then stop and, you know, come back another day and do the same thing. So because we've taken out everyone on the whole ship, we can liberate the ship. We can bring the whole ship in. So I'll just fast forward time here a bit. There we go. Mission complete. It gave us 17 credits. And we have special stock at the miscellaneous shop, which is an overpriced self-charging visitor. Self-charging is a really good one, but 300 is way beyond what we can afford. We're going to sell this. We have a high capacity, so that's good. Right, new mission. Straight into another mission. Hijack the Santana would be pretty easy. And I think it's within our capabilities. So guards have guns, bosses have swords, and a heat sensor. So they can detect you within sensor range without line of sight. They will investigate but not sound the alarm. And this one has an alarm response and a skeleton crew. So this should be pretty easy. So away we go. So the ship is a little bit hard to control. At first, you kind of get used to it, but it has a very ingenious system where you just hold right mouse and it matches the speed of whatever you're approaching. So you can use it to just shift closer. Oops. They don't hear that, which is always pretty funny. They don't hear you going boom, boom on the side of the ship. So now we are in. We're going to equip the long blade to start with, because it's just a wee bit quieter than the gun. No, just a little bit. Okay, he's going that way. We'll take him out. High capacity slipstream. Don't mind if I do. I'm going to put you... Oh, crap. They're under attack. Well, they flew through enemy territory, is what happened there, so... Yep, they got hit. And now there's no entrance. They took out the airlock. You can still get in. It's a bit of a fiddly prospect. So I think we're just gonna have to call that one a wash. They actually got attacked by our station. This is one of our friendly stations. But like, that's annoying. But this is what happens. Like, the game doesn't punish you for failing missions. So as you can see here, like, we lost the mission, yeah, but nothing bad happened. Like, we didn't get penalized, nothing really happened. Assassinate Mati Arcton. And this is a special mission, so because it's got Fiasco is her name, her picture there, it means that on this ship somewhere there's a terminal that has information about our personal mission. And if we find that, it knocks $40 off her fee of 200 credits. So you don't even need to complete the mission for that to happen, which can be really helpful. Guards have emergency shields, so when they're alerted, they put up a temporary shield that reflects all damage. These really suck, but if you're good enough at the game and you're sneaky enough, you can usually get around them, no worries. And the bosses have guns and heat sensors, nothing we haven't seen before. This ship has many sentry guns, though. Sentry guns are an interesting sort of problem, but we'll deal with that as they come. Really cool game. I've been playing this a lot. I've got about, I think it says it in the main menu, like, there's 6 hours in the game. And I do not regret any of those hours. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, like, the only issue I have with this game is I wish there was more to it. There's sort of not a whole lot of variance in the enemies. Full disclosure, you do kind of... You start losing towards the end because you stuff up, or you try to do something different to break the tedium a little bit. It never really ramps up. Okay, this is tricky. So, sentry guns do not mess around. If they are red and you walk in front of them, you immediately get shot. Just bang, gone. Sometimes there'll be concussion ones. Sometimes they are full guns. Nice, we'll just put him in our ship. Oh, look, we left blood everywhere. Good thing it disappears. See, like, this guy's got the emergency shield, but if we don't get spotted, it doesn't come into play. We're just going to bring all these bodies back. Oh my god, they did it again. Okay, so we can check the collision sensor. They keep flying past our things, like our stations. Although that's because I have, like, split it down the middle. Maybe I shouldn't have done that when I was planning. Okay, I'm not stuffed yet. Okay, it looks like they're out of range. There are 2 people with shields down here, though. Okay, let's just wait and see how this shakes out a little bit. Okay, this guy's going to come our way, and he's got the key card, so that's good. Oops. So he can just like, whoop, off he goes into space, never to be seen again. Some of the missions with their requirements are really difficult. Just, you know, clean up bodies. Man, I play some Hitman and it would be brilliant to have just a bloody airlock you could throw bodies out in Hitman and never to be seen again. Goodbye. Alright, so we're just going to turn that off. We'll take out Captain now and take out him. And there we go. So, technically, well, not really technically, we have finished the mission. But what happens is, if you liberate the entire ship, I don't know exactly what happens. I think you sell it and get extra money, and you do sell everything on the ship. So all this stuff that's on the ground just gets sold. So if we can manage to clear the whole ship, that would be good. Oh, the ship's thrusters have been destroyed, so I guess we're not taking this anywhere, in fact. By the ship? Yeah, so, okay, that's not going anywhere. Can you remote control the pod? I don't really want to jump out before my pod's nearby. So, yeah, I guess we're not taking the ship anywhere. But, like, again, it's really cool that that's an option. So, you have oxygen when you jump out of the ship, so you can absolutely jump out of the ship and get picked up by your pod. So, what happens when you get hurt? I'm not going to show you, hopefully. But what happens is, the guards will shoot you, and you either get lethally injured, or you get just KO'd, because they have concussion guns. If you get lethally injured, you start running an injury timer. And I think it starts at 30 seconds, and it goes down over time. But basically, regardless of whether you get shot with a gun or concussed, or like stabbed or hit with a wrench or whatever, they pick you up and they take you to the nearest like airlock or shield open to space, and they just chuck you out. So then what happens is, if you're knocked out, you go into, it's just like that we just had, where there's an oxygen meter that counts down and you have ages to do that. Or if you've been shot, you get the bleed out timer, so you have 30 seconds to pick yourself up in the pod and stabilize your condition. And then if you stabilize your condition, then you have 24 seconds next time, and it just keeps going down and down and down the more you get injured. So that's kind of the rogue-ish element, where it doesn't matter. Wow, overpriced automatic concussive armor-piercing rifle. That's a pretty hefty item. If only I could afford it. So yeah, that's kind of the roguish element, where if you die, it's fine, you just pick a new character. You know, it's not properly roguelike, where there's no like permanent upgrade. Oh, I guess there is, because you unlock the stations, which unlocks more gear. So yeah, I guess it is pretty roguelike. Assassinate Margarita Colomba. Alarm response 20 seconds. Few guards joining skeleton crew. The regular guards have key cards, concussive guns, so they just knock you out if they hit you, and they have glitch dash. So anytime they hear a suspicious sound, or if they see you, or anything like that, they will teleport straight to you, which can be sort of a blessing and a curse, really. If you have the other melee weapon you can get in this game, or the other basic melee weapon, which is the short blade, it doesn't have a cooldown like the long blade does, but you can't dash with it. But the advantage of that is, if you have ones that glitch dash, you can absolutely just hold down the short blade and just stab your way to victory. But again, like glitch dash, not normally a problem, as you just saw. Nice, rechargeable. So all weapons and stuff generally come in 3 basic tiers, from what I've seen. They come in regular tier, where like for example, if we were to use this stealth shield, we can use it 3 times and then it's gone. We're going to take one of these guns too, actually. So, that's fine, but it means it's gone, and it can never be used again. You have to find another one. Then you get the next tier, which is rechargeable, where, as you can see here, recharges to full capacity for free when you return to a nearby friendly station. So, you can use it in a mission however many times is listed there, and then when you come back to the station, you get to use it again for free. So those are really handy. Then you get the really top tier ones that are really rare, and they're self-charging. So you can use them multiple times in the same mission because they slowly build up charges over time as you're just walking around. So those are really amazing. There's also different ranges on things or capacity. So this is a high capacity visitor, so it has 5. Generally medium capacity is 1. Medium capacity is 3, regular capacity is 1, and high capacity is 5. So you get low, medium, or high capacity. You also get normal, long or extreme range on some things. So there's a lot of variance in the equipment you can pick up, which is very, very cool. We're going to turn off this turret. Boop. We haven't had to deal with anything particularly difficult yet. We will, for sure. But we haven't had to. Right, so turret turned around. Don't want to mess with him. Can I sneak around here like this or so? And take out the captain? Boop. So if the alarm sounds, they... Sorry, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually pick up the pilot. There we go. Wow. So you can do some sneaky things, like you can... So anything like that, you can see it's like a window over here on the bottom right. Oh, you've seen Concept Slipstream. So this was a previous character of mine. Yeah, previously owned by your character, you've seen Concept. So this is a rechargeable slipstream, rechargeable high capacity. Slipstreams are excellent piece of equipment. It slows down time to 1/10 of the speed. And whoop, mission complete. But we're gonna take the whole ship. We're not afraid. That was a bit risky though with the turret there. What have we got over here? I love this game, man. This is so much fun. It's a nice little game you can play. Sort of just jump into it, play a little bit, and then return to whatever you were doing, whatever main game you're playing. You know, if you're just bored. That's a risky plan, but we're gonna do this, and... Easy. So that was risky because the long blade has a cooldown, so you can see can't swing again for 0.4 seconds. Now 0.4 seconds isn't really long, but it's long enough for someone to like turn around and shoot you generally. So yeah, kinda dangerous to just leave it to chance whether you get shot or not. So it's all about kind of planning and then making it up on the fly when your plans absolutely go wrong. Which I like quite a lot. I'm just going to speed it up a bit. So we made 36 bucks, that's not bad, and we sent the stealth shield to our stash because the slipstream's way better. Or we got the subverter, sorry. So let's sell this slipstream. We don't need a high capacity slipstream if we have a rechargeable high capacity. And what's special stock? An overpriced rechargeable slipstream. Haha, we don't need it. So, as you play more and more missions, you acquire more and more gear, right? So towards the end, your person becomes pretty good. So you might be wondering, like, what stops you just playing the same person the whole time? Like, it definitely gets to the point where you're good enough that you don't need to worry about failing. Unless you do something stupid or the ship is just way beyond your sort of expertise, but you decide to try and crank it out anyway. What do you do? Well, as you complete more and more missions and liberate more stations, things like that, you become more famous. So, like, the Resistance, the Rebels, they know who you are. So your deeds become less and less sort of inspiring. You know, everyone's like, oh, what's that person's name? Lady Vassar. Everyone's like, oh, Lady Vassar's, you know, dealt with another ship. Oh, she dealt with 3 last week. Like, you know, this is nothing special. So you end up getting less and less liberation progress as you play through the game. Now, as I said, the main goal of this game, ultimately, is to liberate all the stations so you can stop the war between the 4 factions. We'll just send that to Stash. So, kind of, you get diminishing returns eventually. It is basically the gist of it. And you want to change out. So what you can do is you retire your people, and that you can bring in a fresh person that's got 100%. Oh crap, I didn't actually see that person there. That's probably my other main complaint with the game. Like, just looking at the levels like this, they're very busy. Like, there's a lot of, you know, little details on the ground and stuff, so it can be hard to see the enemies. I also wasn't really looking, so that's on me. Oop. Now, here's an interesting thing. So what can we do with this person? We need to capture them. Well, there's a couple of ways out. Obviously, the way they want you to do it is to carry to the pod, and you put them in the pod, jump in the pod, and leave. You can also, obviously, if you liberate the entire ship, you can just leave with them on the ship. Now, in a pinch, you can blow a window and go outside with them, and their oxygen timer is shorter than yours, but it is there, so you can, like, you know, jump out of the ship, pick both of you up with the remote control pod, and leave. And that's normally an option if you know, if you get caught in a corner or something. Or you kind of just manage to incapacitate them because you shot like a concussion shotgun down a hallway. And you happen to hit them, and you know, it's a busy situation. That's generally the idea. So it's very cool that there's that kind of play style in mind. So put him away. And we have a new liberation available. So now we get to the strategy map. So you can see here, all of these, this is where the sort of roguish elements come in. All of these have to be liberated, every single one. So technically the main goal is to liberate all 4 strongholds. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. And that's how you win the game. Or that's how you liberate the galaxy, basically. So along the way, you can liberate individual stations. Now, these all give you access to specific weapons or gear. So you can always find gear in those boxes, but you can't always buy it. So if you've unlocked a station that provides it, you can just buy it from one of the shops. So like if I was to unlock, where's a good example? Actually, I guess the arm-piercing long blades, which is probably where we're going to go. So when you go there, you can go to the, I don't remember what it's called. It's not a gun shop. I think it might be a gadget shop. Sells the blades. So when you go to the gadget shop, you would just be able to buy armor-piercing long blades. But you could always find them in a chest on a ship or something, or from the miscellaneous shop at massively overpriced prices. So we're going to take this, and this will give us the armor-piercing long blades. See, and it also renames, so we captured Moritz City, but it renames it Vassar City in honor of Lady Vassar's help. So that's really cool. I think it's cool. Maybe you don't. That's up to you. So you can see the gun shop, so anything up here. So the gun shop starts off, I believe, with, it only sells shotguns and pistols, just plain. And then as you upgrade them, you can get quiet, quick fire, silenced, and automatic weapons. The gadget shop doesn't sell it. Or is it the miscellaneous? No, okay, so it's miscellaneous that sells the armor-piercing stuff. So we're going to sell this, boop, and we're going to buy an armor-piercing one, because armor is a bitch. There's not a whole lot of stuff that pierces armor. So, and you unlock more stuff here. So you can always find, for example, an overpriced rechargeable swapper. You can always find high-tier stuff in the miscellaneous shop when it's on special, but it's not always available all the time. So that's why you upgrade stations, and it gives you more stuff later on. Rescue Jamarian Craze. Aboard a large sovereign ship, there's a terminal on board, so it'll knock $40 off the fee. Nice. If guards sound the alarm, you'll have 35 seconds. There's many sentry guns and some serious guard kit. So this is one of the ones that is sort of affects how you select missions. So serious guard kit, like all of these, generally you can just go, oh yeah, like I'll be prepared for many sentry guns. Alarm response time, don't get seen, things like that. But serious guard kit is an indicator to say that either the guards or the bosses have something that is really hard to deal with. So the guards in this one just have guns, they're just plain, so that's crap. But the bosses, the ones who have the key cards, which is important to note, they have guns, they have a permanent shield that reflects all incoming damage, so they cannot be hurt while the shield's up. You need to either crash it with a crash beam or subvert it with a subverter. Subverting is really cool, so it says there, subverters turn them against their owners, they let damage in but reflect the guard's own shot. So they're basically in a super reflective shell that will just kill them if they fire a bullet. So it's kind of funny if you subvert it, and you can just step out and get spotted and go, shoot me, and they shoot themselves. So that's good. And they're also rigged to explode. So if they hit with lethal damage, they will explode. That can also be sort of a detriment to their friends, like as if there's a boss in a group of regular guards, you can shoot them with a gun and they explode, and it's like having a grenade next to everyone, which is really cool. But this is probably beyond our expertise. So there's lots of sentry guns. It doesn't say there's a lot of guards, so it's an average amount of guards. But all the bosses have the key cards, so we're not going to really be able to get it. We might just hijack the love instead. Lots of sentry guns, heat sensors and guns, heat sensors and guns. Yeah, okay, that's fine. The ship is almost inevitably going to go straight into one of our stations and get attacked, which is probably going to set off the alarm. But we'll see how we go. So it's very, very cool. There's like this constant sort of ecosystem of ships flying around, and you just happen to be getting missions for some of them. Very, very nifty. Right, there's a sentry gun there. We do still have a stealth shield, which we might just use here. So stealth shield, in any direction that you point, it blocks sight. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Sorry, I'm going to say that a lot, but this game is really, really sweet. Oh, okay, we got hit. I thought the range on that was a bit longer. So they're going to take us to the nearest airlock and throw us out. And the ship is set to return to a station, so boop. Now we remote control the pod and pick up our guy before he passes out. Easy. So you can see there, condition stabilized, blood loss, survival time for future incidents is now 24 seconds. So getting injured like that sucks, but it's a right sight better than getting captured. So if you don't get off the ship in time, you'll just get captured and you lose that person. They're gone. You can, however, get them back, and we'll cover that maybe if someone gets captured a bit later. That was a bummer. So what have we got here? That's actually really easy, so let's do that. So I'll say again, I absolutely recommend checking this game out. If you like that kind of, this kind of top-down, sort of roguelike type of game, you will get definitely your money's worth out of it, is basically all I'll say about it. Oh, we just have to steal that. We could just walk there and take it. Be easy. Chop him. Hello. Ship secured. Easy. So skeleton crews are really easy, as you would imagine. We'll just fly this back to home base. and we'll drop this off. Now, we have to actually have it in our inventory, which is a bit annoying, but we'll just drop it off. Boop. So we got 15 bucks, 15 dollary dues in Australian parlance. Not really, but Australians, we like to fuck with other countries. It's fun. It's fun. Tourists are fun, man. If you ever come to Australia and people start telling you stories, you'll never be able to tell. You'll never be able to tell if someone's lying to you about, like, drop bears or a good one. Because if an Australian hears you, or if an Australian hears another Australian telling tourists about drop bears, we're all in on it. It's a bit of fun. You know, we're arseholes. Australians are arseholes. I'm sure any Australian you ask will attest to that. So what do? Rescue Sunshine Horizon. Sounds like a stripper name, just quietly, but anyway. It's got a time limit. So this one has an actual strict time limit. So as soon as you accept the mission, I have 80 seconds to either complete the mission or just kill the captain, because they're obviously headed somewhere. So this ship is already on its way to an enemy station. So where it is right now, it's 80 seconds trip to wherever it's going. So obviously the easiest way is to take out the captain, which is probably what we're going to do. But some of the time limits can be really short. Generally, they just give you enough time, though. You might be a little bit rushed, but there's enough time. So you can see we're already down to 60 seconds. Now, you can absolutely shave a lot of time off this if you can't dock quick enough, which can suck. So where's the captain? Let's have a look. Other complaint, little complaint, niggling complaint, is you can't move the map when you're paused like this, so you can't actually, like, zoom in and move it and see where the captain is, so you just have to learn to recognize the room, which is there. Okay, that's actually pretty easy. We can do that. Surprise! What do we do about these guys? Well, we'll probably just go ship and bang. So once you get sort of particularly good at the game, there we go, captain down. You don't tend to need to pause a lot. It's a nice, like, it's nice to have the option if you get in a particularly sticky situation, but you probably don't actually need to pause all that much. You can just go away. Oh, that blood splatter thing. Also, the guards are a little bit like Goombas. They kind of, like, go one at a time. Kind of go one at a time to their own deaths. If you just keep taking them out before they do their mission. Rechargeable extreme range crash beam. Let's take that instead of the subverter. Is it just one use? That's 3 uses. Awesome. So now we have a crash beam, which is super duper handy. We might just run and gun this bit. Ready? Shoop. Shoop. Yeah, he's gonna call an intruder. Oh my god. I didn't keep moving. That was my fault for being an idiot. I could have easily dodged that at that range, but I didn't keep moving. I keep forgetting that it's not paused when you're holding it down like that. It's just very slow. It's always a bit of a laugh to me as well that, you know, you can, especially on an unconscious ship, like one where they have concussion guns, they can shoot you. You can get spotted like a million times. If you've taken out the captain, you can just get spotted again and again and again and again, and they'll shoot you, throw you out the airlock, and you'll be back 10 minutes later. Like, you just, you know, as the bullet's flying through the air, or as the concussion blast is flying through the air, you just look them straight in the eye, you're like, I'll see you in a minute. But and you just straight down. I don't know. That's kind of funny to me. The idea that this one guy just keeps jumping back on the ship. Let's zoom out a bit. I'll bet you I can, like... Easy. So you have the magical power of being able to zoom out as far as you want. Which the enemy can't do. They have a certain radius that they can see in. There are a few things I haven't shown you in this game. I'm gonna leave it as a bit of a surprise. But you can see, like, as I was saying, it's really easy to just sort of jump in this game for like 1 or 2 missions, because we've been playing for about half an hour, and we've done a lot of missions. So, I wouldn't call it a particularly long game, but length is not an indicator of fun at all. Anyone that like properly plays games, well, actually that sounded really elitist, but anyone that plays games just to enjoy them will know that like time is not a factor. It's all about how good the game is. We're gonna do this one. It's pretty easy. Keycard, guns, glitch dash, piece of cake. Pays 48 credits. Pretty decent. Hopefully this time we're not going to get shot like an idiot. But, you know, it's fingers crossed we don't get shot like an idiot, but knowing how I play, it's easily possible. Let's just sneak aboard. Oh, there we go. The ship does kind of, like, suck you in a bit. So you don't need to get it on perfect. Just switch that off. We don't need that around. We could probably do the same thing, right? Do a bit of a sneaky, just, if we can get an angle on it, which I don't think we actually can. Yeah. That corridor's a little bit too long. So we'll just wait. We'll see how this all shakes out. We can always go in with the stealth shield, which might be what we do. Or let's use a slipstream. So there isn't so much a system of like builds in this game, but there is. So like my build at the moment, just looking at it, armor piercing, long blade, good for combat. Swapper. I don't know what build I'd classify a swapper for. But like quiet gun, visitor, concussion gun, crash beam. So our build at the moment is kind of a heavy combat build, not to the point where we're just running straight in and like gunning everyone down, though you can absolutely build for that. We're sort of a hit and run type build. You can absolutely, with the right gear, make a complete stealth build, so you can get like stealth shields, you can get a piece of equipment we haven't seen called a key cloner, where you can, instead of having to kill them and take the key, you can just copy it through walls and stuff. It's like a long range RFID scanner thing. It scans their key code and lets you have it, so you can just sort of scan it and then walk through. A different type of teleporter works well for that one. You know, there's not builds strictly speaking, but there's builds. Like you can optimize your gear quite a bit if you have to. So we're going to use this slipstream just for a bit of fun. So we're going to go a bang, a bang. Oh, you didn't actually get hit. That was dumb on my part, and once again I got injured, and we set the alarm off. I don't deal with those ships very often, so I didn't know what their things look like. Came in a little bit hot there. And now we're on a timer. Okay, that was dumb, but alright. This is where the game gets good, so now we have to... Now I have to adapt, improvise, adapt, overcome. You know, Bear Grylls memes. Yeah, so I shot one of these. They're like a... It's like an explosive docking thing, kind of. Stop that. Where is the level 2 keycard? Oh, there we go. So it's over here, but you can use the teleport items on the ship to you to just jump it straight to you. Really, really handy. We're going to slow time again and just go. So those these slipstreams, really handy when shit goes wrong like this. Because it slows down time to 1/10 of the speed of real time. It's a good good panic button. If push comes to shove, you can just sprint through the ship and get to the captain, which is basically what we're doing right now. Switch that off, and take out the captain. Done. Now we've got all the time in the world. So, yeah, as I said, that's a really good panic button. Really, really good panic button. Although our character is kind of getting the shit kicked out of her. She's down to 12 seconds. I don't think I've ever had one down to 12 seconds. Aha! See? So you can dodge bullets if they're a decent distance away. They can also use shotguns, which are a wee bit more dangerous. Also, that turret nearly shot me to shit just then. Whew. So ultimately, when you play this game and you get a lot of practice in it, it sort of comes down to knowing what you've got and being good with it. So if you know what equipment you've got, you know what the capabilities of that equipment is, the game's piece of cake. It's that early learning stage that that you have problems in. But I mean, you've also seen here, like, I've injured myself numerous times because I'm an idiot. Yeah, got it. Got it. So let's check out my personal mission while I'm here. Bring in the off-world security officer who tortured my daughter. It's a good personal mission. So, a very large off-world security ship. Normally your personal mission will always be on like a very large or a huge ship, which means lots of guards. Non-lethal weapons, because we have to capture them, which we have, so that's fine. Alarm response time of 100 seconds. So that's the alarm response time. But that's because the ship is just so large that even with 100 seconds, you probably would be a bit of a rush if you got spotted really early. So we'll try not to set off the alarm. Many sentry guns, so there's just lots. It's not really a big deal. They turn slowly, so if you don't have a time limit, if you don't have like a solid time limit, sentry guns are not really an issue. Lots of guards. Now that's kind of annoying. It means that there'll be a lot of spots on the ship where there'll be like 4 guards together, which is generally hard to deal with. Grenades work. Short blade works if you're particularly good with it. Things like that. There's serious guard kit. Now that is because the regular guards have shields, which is a problem because there's lots of guards. So it's going to be hard to have enough subverter or crash beams to sort of deal with everybody. And the bosses have emergency shields. And glitch dash and heat sensors. Holy crap. You know what? That could actually be abused. So let's go back. We're not going to take that mission yet. I just want to see what we've got in store. We have a swapper, we have crash beam, we have a visitor. We only have 2 uses left on the stealth shield. That's not really good. What we might do, let's sell this, pick up that. Extreme range crash beam is okay. We don't really need another gun. Automatic concussion rifle, that's actually pretty good. Not really what we need. Like, really good item, not really what we need. Do I have anything in the stash? Yeah, I have a subverter, okay. We could bring extra subverters. So we can't afford to not have the concussive gun, because we have to KO the dude. Maybe get rid of the high capacity visitor? Or no, we'll stash the swapper and bring the subverter. We haven't really needed to teleport that much. But a visitor might be the way. And we'll have a go at it. We'll see how we go. We can always just panic and leave. So once you start a mission, you don't have to succeed. Personal missions, they are static. Like, once you've unlocked it, there'll always be the option to do the personal mission. Even if you fail, it's just like, yeah, that ship will be around again at some point. So you can just do it again later. So you not dying or getting captured is the important part. This is an interesting ship. So you can see that the other airlock requires a level 1 keycard. Yeah, look at all the guards. and do that. So in a perfect world, we would sneak past them all. Where's our target? Okay, target's up there. Where is the pilot? Is it there? No? Pilot's there. Wow, that's pretty far away. I have no idea how we're going to do this first bit, to be honest. We could just wait. So eventually... So basically all of these guys will go to a terminal at some point on a mission. So we could just wait until the boss goes, and then get his keycard that way. Which might not be a terrible idea. And he's going right now. So he's going to walk right here. Nope, he's going to go that way. Rude. There's a terminal there. Right, we're going to put his body somewhere no one's going to find it. In my ship. And then away we go. Wait, are those other bodies still there? I think they are. That's great. Okay, now obviously the next important question is how the hell do we get past these guys? I'm thinking maybe we don't. Oh, we could use a stealth shield. Is a possibility too. But we only have to get what? So that's a level 2 keycard there. So to get to the captain, we only need level 2. Level 2, not really that difficult to get your hands on. Like, it's just there, then we, run like that. The trickiest bit to that... Alright, I'm going to risk it. If I keep them on that side... That's easy. Gonna use it again. There we go. Okay, we can do the same thing again. We'll wait for the boss to go and do his job. So that alarm response time is kind of negligible in this case because of the captain's so close. Like 100 seconds is going to be plenty of time to get here. It's a minute and a half. It's over a minute and a half. But we are just going to sit here and see how everything turns out. See how it all shakes out for a bit. The captain also has an energy shield because he's considered a regular guard. So we're going to have to crash his shield before we can get him. Where are you going? Okay, please just go there. Nice. So this game could be a lot harder if there was a lot more intricate AI behavior, like turning on turrets or seeing off turrets as a... you know, as an alarm. Things like that. But the game's fine. It's so much fun. The fact that I can't put this game down when I start playing it, and even though it's a game where you can, you know, do a mission in, say, 10 minutes and then stop, I always end up playing it for like a good 3 hours and just doing mission after mission after mission. It's really good. Come on. Send the boss over to do something. Look, he hasn't worked for a while. Okay, if we don't have the boss do something now, alright. Okay, everyone there is handled, so what we're gonna do is... That's a good question. Actually, we should probably also subvert you, I guess. Your gun's really loud, though. Okay. Here's what we can do. We're going to turn on the slipstream. We're going to high capacity visitor in. So a visitor means you can teleport anywhere in the range, but after 2 seconds you jump back to where you started. So pretty powerful thing if used correctly. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on the slipstream. So slow time to a tenth of the speed. We're going to jump in with the visitor, kill all these people, jump back, and that'll be good. So let's do that. So that... We'll put this on there. Jump in. And we'll go 1. Oh god. And we're back. Easy peasy. Give me this. Oh, that was risky. Oh, crap. I mean, it's not really an issue. We can deal with that. So as we said, like, you know, it's not really a big deal. Can we... Yeah, we can subvert him from there. We can probably... No, we can't. Another good choice for the visitor is sort of this hit and run where you can just go boop, and then you're back. So, really easy. And back. So now, who are we killing? He's right up there, yeah? Or capturing. Okay. There's a lot of guards between here and there. Okay. But because we have the slipstream, we can probably... Watch this. Ah, he's got a thingy. Nope. Okay, I didn't consider the fact that I have to get his key card. We've used way too many things. Alright, bit of a strat here. Bit of a strat. If we can bring them all down here... we should be able to suck some of them out. So the other big advantage of this, of doing it like this, so the captain's gone now, so that ship is just wandering aimlessly forever, basically. Now, if we're really cheeky, and this is something I found out recently, we can actually dock back at the space station, charge everything, and then come back. It's not really in the spirit of the game, but, so, look, done. Now we just leave. Easy. Easy peasy lemon Stevie, let's go. Flying through the galaxy, killing some fools. Now we want the inner one, because the outer one's kind of useless. I don't know why that's even an option. Alright, we're going to follow this guy back home. We'll use the stealth shield again. So now we have more charge for the crash beam. Alright, let's... You don't see me. So you can see, like, everybody's over there. And that is kind of a problem. Yeah, this is a bit troublesome. We can absolutely get, like, almost all of them with this, though. So let's just go zip and zip and get the hell out of here. Yeah, these things, slipstreams, if you get a rechargeable one, it is one of the most useful things in the game. Okay, so what are you? Which... Okay, so you have the level 3, but there's a level 5 down here, right? So if we manage to take him out first... There we go. We'll just take the level 5 keycard. Yoink. So that unlocks all the doors between, like, the level... So because I had 2 and then I got 5, it unlocks 3, 4, and 5, not just 5. Let's shield this, it'll be fine. Yeah, never mind the stealth shield, it'll be fine. I'm gonna test something here while I can. So this is a concussion turret, doesn't actually kill you, just knocks you out. So can I stealth shield that? I can! Excellent. I didn't know if that actually worked. Now I do. The more you know. Okay. So we have to capture that guy. So I mean, what we can do, right, is just go boop. That did not work. Nope. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, crap, crap. And that keycard is gone. And I think I've stuffed this. Because there's no real way I can get over to that part. Oh, I always forget those stupid things in the middle. If I had a sidewinder, I could. Okay, hang on. We can sort this. We can sort this. Right. It's not going to be. It's not going to be in the spirit of the game, but we can fix this. We can fix this. Okay, let's go that way. Let's go this way. It'll be good. It'll be grand. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll fix it. Okay, so dock here. Go to the gadget shop. Gadget shop. Gadget shop. Gadget shop. Do we have a sidewinder? Rechargeable extreme range. Sounds good. But how about we just buy like 2 crappy ones? Because I think we can use the sidewinder there. So the sidewinder is a different type of teleporter. So you've seen the swapper. You've seen the what is it? The visitor. There's no regular teleporter, which kind of bothers me. I kind of wish there was one that just had like maybe really short range or something like that. Ooh, we don't have... Ah, that'll be okay. This is what the slow-mo's for. Wow, that guy didn't even see me. Zhup, zhup. Oh, screw you guys. I don't need this kind of negativity. Run past you. So the swapper swaps your position with an enemy's position. Really, really handy. The visitor, as you've seen, brings it back. So it brings you back after a little bit. Can't find an unblocked route. Okay, so we can't do that. Okay. That's a problem, then. That's a pretty serious problem. Wait, can you... I'm pretty sure you can't dock. Hang on, let's do this. Yeah, okay. There we go, okay. That particular move I just did, incredibly difficult to pull off if it's not in slow motion. Because it goes in real motion, and when you get sucked out, the ship is going particularly fast. Right, so what we're going to do here is pretty clear. Although we have to capture that guy, so let's go like this. Okay, so turn on slow-mo. Get the visitor. Jump behind him. Do that. Grab this. Just crash some shields, I guess. And in fact, let's use one of these sidewinders. So the sidewinder can travel any distance. Sidewinder can travel any distance as long as there is an unblocked route. So each one has their own use. I am quite partial to the... Which one am I quite partial to? I'm quite partial to the sidewinder myself. It's got a lot of utility. but the swapper is kind of handy, and the visitor can be useful in some pretty select situations. Obviously, we're not going to capture this whole ship, and we're just gonna peace out. Okay, let's pick me up first, and then we're gonna go after our guy. He's got 8 seconds of oxygen. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Got him. Easy peasy. And that's how you do a personal mission. Let's zoom out a bit. Actually speed it up a little bit. There we go. We'll bring him home. Now, what does doing a personal mission do? Well, you'll find out in just a minute. Inquisitive YouTube viewer. Boom. So, Zenetta Fairplay delivered to medical. When you retire, you can pass on one of your items for future characters to find. And there's a liberation available, so that's good. So let's liberate. We will liberate. Ooh, high capacity slipstreams. Rechargeable slipstreams, right? That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go here. I shouldn't be splitting their territory in half like this, because we've already seen that causes problems. But, we'll sort that out. I can liberate twice? Really? Wow, I can. Holy shit, never been able to do this before. Normally I get one. Sweet, so now we have rechargeable slipstreams as well. So when we go down here to the gadget shop, rechargeable slipstream. Nice. Now, what is your thing like? What's your fame? Yeah, so you can see your character inspires 29% of normal liberation progress. So even if we did a mistake level thing, it's not even going to give us a whole bar. So that's rubbish. So what we're going to do is we're going to retire her. So we will retire. So you've had a good run. You'll go down in history, or at least this weird screen in the back of an elevator, as a living legend. Choose an item to name and pass on your Steam friends, and your own future characters may find it. So we're going to pass on. We could pass on the slipstream, but it's already been passed on once, so let's change something else. That crash beam was pretty handy. Let's pass that on. Lady Vassar's crash beam. You can name it to whatever you want, and we'll say confirm. And Lady Vassar retired. So now we have to pick a new person. And you know what? We have basically come full circle back to the beginning again at the perfect time to end this episode of Freeplay. So thank you guys for joining me this week for another episode of Freeplay. I hope you enjoyed this game. Absolutely check it out. Link will be in the description. It's really fun. You'll enjoy it. It's a nice, little game. You can play a bit or you can play a lot. Yeah, so if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or two with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any of your thoughts about this game or any feedback about the videos or anything like that, make sure you leave a comment down below. And I will see all of you guys next week for another Freeplay Friday. Goodbye.